Lufkin tape and stick measures are precisely made so that we can be accurate in our shops. All of our tapes are very precisely printed and then given a tough, clear coating to protect them. The rounded cases are comfortable to the hand and your side when you've got it stored on your belt. And yes, the steel hooks on all of our tapes are a little loose, and they're supposed to be that way for a reason. When you hook the tape over the outside edge of a board, that little tip moves forward an amount that's equal to its thickness. That way the tape itself is right at the edge of the board. When you measure an inside surface, the tip slides back again an equal amount to its thickness, so you're again reading from the end of the tape and get an accurate measurement. Even though it houses a full 25-foot long tape, this case doesn't seem very big or cumbersome. And you put a tough belt clip on the back of all of them so you can carry it with you wherever you go. And naturally, they put the blade braking button in exactly the right place, and it works real well. The standard Lufkin tape has got nice clear markings as we expect to find them. The numbers are big, but not so big that you can't tell which line they go with. Every 12 inches, you'll have these markings that show you it's how many feet on top and how many inches on the bottom. And you'll find these red markings every 16 inches. And they show the standard stud separation. And you have the black diamonds that show you how to lay out roof trusses for snow loads. Using these black diamonds, you get 5 trusses in an 8-foot span rather than 4. On the centering rule, you'll notice that the red scale on the bottom is exactly 1/2 of the scale on top. When you measure a board, you can look directly below that number and it tells you what the exact center of this board would be. I know that's easy with common width boards, but this makes it easy with any width board. The quick read tape has the numbers running down the tape, and that's really handy when you're laying out jobs on sheet stock. They even have the decimals marked out on the right side for each inch for when you're working with blueprints or technical drawings. If you can't get it right with this tape, you need to go wait in the bus. The thinner steel circumference rule looks pretty bizarre, but it's got a very real use. That bottom row of numbers is a guide for cutting out a flat piece of steel that when rolled will wind up with a circumference equal to that number. If you're like me, having somebody else doing this kind of mathematics is worth its weight in gold. On the back of the rule, they have a bunch of tables that tell you the dimensions to make a container with a certain amount of volume. And while you'd think tables like that would run on forever, they don't, because about the last foot of the back end of this ruler is blank. They were so willing to etch everything else on this rule, I don't think they stopped because they got tired. I think they ran out of tables. Whether you use stick rulers, tape measures, or both, Lufkin's going to have a model that'll handle your jobs and make it easy for you to be accurate. And I think when you start looking at the prices for these tools, you'll have another pleasant surprise.